get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no longer. You better call back up. I really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers as they take on the third-year man Mitchell Trubisky and the NFC North champion Chicago Bears. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Quarterback Mitchell Trubisky leading out the Chicago Bears. Former number 2 overall pick out of Carolina. Big improvements in year 2 for Trubisky. Touchdown spiked from 7 to 24. Yards per game went up by almost 50. And, of course, most importantly, the Bears went from 5 wins to 12 and an NFC North title.
180. In your face.
First carry for Mike Davis, the former Seahawk. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A look there at how Davis did a week ago. 12 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. From the 31, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Now they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Now it's Davis. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up fourth down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
14 yards in a Chicago first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. This is caught by Robinson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Chargers under third-year coach Anthony Lynn. They will be led out by their veteran quarterback now in his 16th season from NC State, Phillip Rivers.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And it's caught off the deflection. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Defense wins championships, baby.
They run with David Montgomery, the 3rd-round pick from Iowa State. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Montgomery back to the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now from back at the 5, this is third and goal. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery with his first career NFL touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago. On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Roquan Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky able to find Shaheen here. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Trubisky. He'll find his tight end. That's Ben Broniker. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
powerful running. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Trubisky will throw. The catch made by Miller. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Here's Trubisky. It's caught. It's Miller. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Single slot.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started up at Ford Field. The New York Giants in town to take on Detroit. And it's the Giants who are out in front. Golden Tate up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. From there, it's off to Jacksonville to see what's going on with the Jags. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Nick Foles has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in their ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
But look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This has 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Davis. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Ben Braunecker, his 1st touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2. They'll try the draw, and he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
On 2nd down now. It's Gordon, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
We're going to shut you down. We're going to shut you down.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move it.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fielded about a yard deep. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about... He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Completes it to Benjamin. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger first down. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To try again after the sack. Rivers, open man is Cantrell. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Dylan Cantrell, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Davis. And an alley to run. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the run, it's Davis. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. On 2nd down, Davis. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Davis. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
It's 3rd and 7.
They'll run it again here with Davis. And he'll be brought down well short of the 1st at about the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my every.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride? Never try. You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the